Hello, and welcome to Your Choice 2022 primary election coverage on HOMTV. I'm Sydney Kenzer. In the proposal section of the August 2nd primary election ballot, Meridian Township voters will consider several questions. One asks voters whether adult use, also known as recreational, marijuana establishments should be permitted within Meridian Township borders. Let's take a look at the ballot language. Shall the Charter Township of Meridian, under the authority of Section 6, Subsection 1 of the Michigan Regulation in Taxation of Marijuana Act, initiated Law 1 of 2018, or MRTMA, MCL 333.27956.1, adopt the following initiated ordinance that completely prohibits adult use, also known as recreational marijuana establishments, as defined in Section 3.I of MRTMA, MCL 333.27953.I, within the boundaries of the township. All adult use, also known as recreational marijuana establishments, as defined in Section 3.I of the Michigan Regulation in Taxation of Marijuana Act, initiated Law 1 of 2018, are prohibited within the boundaries of the Charter Township of Meridian. To reiterate, the proposal asks whether or not adult use marijuana establishments should be permitted within Meridian Township. Voters should know that voting no on this proposal will indicate support for the presence of such establishments, while voting yes will indicate opposition. This will not restrict adult use of marijuana within the township, as that became legal throughout the state of Michigan in 2018. Today we're joined by Jerry Richards, chairperson of Keep Meridian Safe, to discuss the proposal which they brought to the ballot. Thanks so much for joining us. To begin our discussion, please introduce yourself and the organization you're here representing.
My name is Jerry Richards. I'm a long-time Okemos resident. My family and I moved here in 1988. The former Meridian Township manager and have served on multiple Meridian Township commissions, and I am the chairperson for Keep Meridian Safe.
Can you explain to us the proposal your organization's behind? What is the ballot language for this proposal asking voters to consider?
So thanks to a grassroots citizen-led initiative on August 2nd, our voters are going to decide whether to opt out of allowing commercial recreational marijuana facilities in our community. This ballot proposal came about because of discussions that started at the township board, and several of us got together and thought that the citizens should really have a say in this long-range planning type decision, and it is built right into the law that allowed for recreational marijuana use, that communities may opt out, and to date there are 1,100 communities in Michigan that have decided to opt out, and we feel Meridian Township should continue to be one of those.
All other proposals on the ballot are for millage or tax renewals, which are often brought to the voters by officials of the township's recommendation. Can you explain how you brought this proposal to the ballot as citizens?
Sure. Again, from the beginning of conversations with several interested and concerned citizens, we then developed a petition, which again was allowed by the act that legalized recreational marijuana and in the state of Michigan, and then went basically door to door. We were at the farmers market and other places collecting signatures, and we collected over 1,100 valid signatures that ended up, approximately a year ago, that ended up coming together really at this August 2nd primary, which will give voters an opportunity to decide whether it's in the best long-range interests of the township, which is primarily a residential and supporting commercial operations, whether it's a good for long-range planning of the township.
Why do you oppose allowing recreational marijuana establishments here in Meridian Township?
Well, again, the Meridian Township has always been a great place to live for residential, for families, for all types of family situations. And we know that a number of folks, as they move into the community, the recommendations are, look at Meridian Township. We have great schools. We have great neighborhoods. We're a safe community. And again, we've been recognized by various organizations throughout the state that we're one of the best places to live in Michigan. So our group feels like, why would we want to actually jeopardize that with a situation that is fluid at this point, and the ability to, this proposal does not restrict the use of recreational marijuana, nor in terms of access to it. There are establishments nearby to the township. So we feel that the best long-term plan for the township would be to opt out of commercial recreational marijuana facilities.
The MRTMA defines marijuana establishments as several operations beyond dispensaries. Are there any establishments you are opposed to more than others?
I think the way the law, we believe the way the law is written, it's very broad, and the interpretations will likely be broad in terms of any litigation down the road. The thing that's very clear is that communities can opt out. So the definitions within the actual law that was passed by voters defines generally the facilities as all. So it's really kind of an all or none situation. And so basically from our standpoint, it's we haven't really we're not looking at it at any one of the elements that as part of the sales and distribution. I think that from a planning standpoint, looking at locating any of those kinds of facilities and our vantage point, it's not going to be a plus to neighboring businesses and also to the neighborhoods nearby, regardless of what the facility is. It would be our position.
Finally, do you have any final comments or information you'd like to share with our viewers?
Well, we just think that this is an important decision for the township at this point in time. It's a long-range decision in terms of opting in, particularly because once you opt in, basically the door's open, and at least in our view, the control of how many and where the facilities would end up is really not clear to us. I think it's basically a moving target that may very well end up in litigation. That litigation, if the township, just looking at the potential of having facilities, and the township decided to limit them in certain places, we see litigation happening there, which could spend a lot of money by the township trying to control where these facilities would go or not go. The thing that's very clear and really isn't going to be litigated is if the township continues to opt out, then we will not be into any litigation, because that's very clear in the law. So I think it's a clear voice. We feel it's important. This type of decision is important for our voters to have a say in, and we would urge voters, if they agree with Keep Meridian Safe's position of opting out, to vote yes, and if you don't agree with us, to vote no.
Thanks so much for being with us. Okay. Thank you for watching this Your Choice 2022 primary election coverage with Jerry Richards about the August 2nd primary election ballot question, which could prohibit adult use marijuana establishments within Meridian Township. We also reached out to opposition group Stop Meridian Prop 1 to offer them a chance to discuss their stance on this issue, but have yet to hear back. I'm Sydney Kenzer, inviting you to watch live general election night coverage on Tuesday, November 8th, right here on HOMTV.